so good. Anyway, welcome back to my channel, everyone. Welcome back. Welcome back. Welcome. What was that? Today we are going to be doing a book reading. Another book reading. We didn't do one last week, so we're doing one this week of our weekly Friday book readings. It starts with us. We are on chapter 13 this week, I believe. Last chapter, Willie and Atlas finished up their little datey date. It was cute or whatever. And then Lily went home, and Ryle was there. Why can't I function? Lily went home she went to get Emerson, and Ryle was there, and then he confronted her about naming their daughter after Atlas, kind of, the middle name. And then that was the whole thing, and it was just kind of awkward. So I'm excited to see what this chapter is going to be about. Hopefully there's more Lily and Atlas moments because they're just so darn cute. So let's get into it. Okay, chapter 13 is in Atlas's point of view. It's amazing how a night can go from being something I've been hoping would happen for years to something I've been dreading would happen for years. If I hadn't received that text just as I was dropping off Lily, I absolutely would have kissed her. But I want our first kiss as adults to be free from distraction. The text was from Darren, informing me that my mother is at Bibbs. I didn't tell Lily about the text because I hadn't yet told her my mother was attempting to work her way back into my life. And then as soon as I told her about my mother calling me, I regretted it. The date was going so well, and I was risking that by ending it on such a somber note. I didn't text Darren back because I didn't want to interrupt my time with Lily. But even after the date ended and we drove away in separate cars, I still didn't text Darren back. I drove around for half an hour trying to figure out what to do. I'm hoping my mother got tired of waiting for me. I took my time arriving back to the restaurant, but I'm here now, and I guess I need to confront this. She seems adamant about speaking with me. I park in the alley behind Bib so that I can go through the back door in case she's waiting in the restaurant lobby or at a table. I'm not sure she would recognize me if she saw me, but I'd rather have the advantage of approaching her on my terms. Darren notices me enter through the back door and immediately makes his way over. You get my text? I nod and remove my coat. I did. Is she still here? Yeah, she insisted on waiting. I set her at table 8. Thanks. Darren looks at me cautiously. Maybe I'm overstepping, but I swear you said your mother was dead. That almost makes me laugh. I never said dead. I said she was gone. There's a difference. Okay. I can tell why you aren't coming in tonight. He must sense the storm brewing. It's okay. I have a feeling she isn't going away until I talk to her. Darren nods, and then he spins to head back to his station in the kitchen. I'm glad he's not asking too many questions since I have no idea why she's here or who she even is now. She probably wants money. Hell, I give it to her if it means I don't have to deal with her calling or showing up again. I should prepare for that outcome. I go to my office and grab a handful of cash out of the safe, and then I make my way through the kitchen doors out into the restaurant. I hesitate before glancing at table 8. When I do, I'm relieved to see her back is to me. I calm myself with a deep breath, and then I make my way over to her. I don't want to have to hug her or fake niceties, so I let no time lag between us making eye contact and me taking a seat directly across from her. She has the same unaffected expression she's always had when she's looked across the table at me. There's a small frown playing at the corner of her mouth, but it's always there. She's constantly, albeit inadvertently, frowning. She looks worn. It's only been about 13 or so years since I've seen her last, but there are decades worth of new lines that formed around her eyes and mouth. She takes me in for a moment. I know I look vastly different from the last time she saw me, but she makes no indication that she's surprised by that. She's completely stoic, as if I'm the one who should speak first. I don't. Is this all yours? She finally asks, waving a hand around the restaurant. I watching us, they might think she's impressed, but they don't know her like I know her. That one word was meant as a put down, as if she's saying, wow, Atlas, you're not smart enough for something like this. How much do you need? She rolls her eyes. I'm not here for money. What is it then? You need a kidney? A heart? She leans back against her seat, resting her hand on her lap. I forgot how hard it is to have a conversation with you. Then why do you keep trying? My mother's eyes narrow. She's only ever known the version of me that was intimidated by her. I'm no longer intimidated, just angry and disappointed. I love that. She huffs and then brings her arms back up to the table, folding them together. She looks at me pointedly. I can't find Josh. I was hoping you've talked to him. I know it's been a long time since I've seen my mother, but I can't for the life of me place anyone named Josh. Who the hell is Josh? A new boyfriend she thinks I would know about. Is she still using drugs? He does this all the time, but never for this long. They're threatening to file truancy charges on me if he doesn't show back up at school. I am so lost. Who is Josh? Her head falls back as if she's irritated that I'm not following along. Josh, your little brother. He ran away again. My brother? Brother? Did you know parents can go to jail for truancy violations? I'm looking at jail time, Atlas. I have a brother. You knew I was pregnant when you ran away. I absolutely did not. I didn't run away. You kicked me out. I don't know why I clarify that. She's fully aware of that fact. She's just trying to deflect blame. But her kicking me out when she did makes so much more sense now. They had a baby on the way and I no longer fit into the picture. I bring both arms up and clasp my hands behind my head, frustrated, shocked. Then I drop them to the table again and lean forward to clarify. I have a brother. How old is he? Who's his? Is he Tim's son? He's 11, and yes, Tim is his father, but he left years ago. I don't know where he lives now. I wait for this to fully hit. I was expecting anything and everything but this. I have so many questions, but the most important thing right now is to figure out where the kid is. When was the last time you saw him? About 2 weeks ago, she says. And you reported it to the police? She makes a face. No, of course not. He's not missing. He's just trying to piss me off. Wow, this woman is pissing me off. I have to squeeze my temples to refrain from raising my voice. I still don't understand how she found me or why she thinks an 11-year-old kid is trying to teach her a lesson, but I'm laser focused on finding him now. Did he move back to Boston? Did he go missing here? My mother makes a confused face. Move back? It's like we're speaking two different languages. Did you move back here or do you still live in Maine? Oh God, she mutters, attempting to remember. I came back like 10 years ago. Josh was just a baby. She's lived here for 10 years. They're going to arrest me, Atlas. Her child has been missing for 2 weeks and she's more worried about being arrested than she is about him. Some people never change. What do you need me to do? I don't know. I was hoping he reached out to you and that maybe you knew where he was, but if you didn't even know he existed, why would he reach out to me? Does he know about me? What does he know? Other than your name, nothing. You were never around. I wonder why, lady. She's making me mad. My adrenaline is rushing through me so fast, I'm shocked I'm still sitting across from her. My whole body is tense when I lean forward. Let me get this straight. I have a little brother I never knew about and he thinks I didn't care that he existed. I don't think he actively thinks about you, Atlas. You've been absent his whole life. Why is she acting like... She's acting like Atlas is the dad and he just wasn't interested in being in his son's life. Like, what is wrong with this lady? I ignore her dig because she's wrong. Any kid that age would think about the brother they believed abandoned them. I'm sure he hates the idea of me. Hell, he's probably the one who's been... Shit, of course. That explains so much. I would bet both of my restaurants that he's the one who's been vandalizing them. And why the misspelling reminded me of my mother. The kid is 11. I'm sure he's capable of conversation. Where do you live? I ask her. She practically squirms in her seat. We're in between houses, so we've been staying at the Risemore Inn for the past couple of months. Go back there in case he shows up, I suggest. I can't afford to stay there anymore. I'm between jobs, so I'm staying with a friend for a couple of days. I stand up and pull the money out of my pocket. No! Don't give it to her. Screw her. Sorry. I drop it on the table in front of her. The number you called me on the other day. Is that your cell? She nods, sliding the money off the table into her hand. Ugh, can't stand her. I'll call you if I find out anything. Go back to the hotel and try to get the same room. He needs you to be there if he comes back. My mother nods, and for the first time, she looks somewhat ashamed. I leave her to sit in that feeling without saying goodbye. I'm hoping she's feeling at least a fraction of what she made me feel for years. What she's likely making my little brother feel right now. I can't believe this. She went and made a whole human and didn't think to tell me. I walk straight through the kitchen and out the back door. No one is in the alley right now, so I take a moment to pull myself together. I'm not sure I've ever been this stunned. Her child is out there running the streets of Boston all alone, and she waits 2 goddamn weeks before doing anything about it. I don't know why it surprised me. This is who she is. It's who she's always been. My phone begins to ring. I'm so on edge, I want to throw it at the dumpster, but when I see it's Lily attempting to FaceTime me, I steady myself. I slide my finger across the screen, preparing to tell her it isn't a good time, but when her face pops up, it feels like the perfect time. I'm relieved to hear from her, even though it's only been an hour since I last saw her. I'd give anything to reach through the phone and hug her. Hey, I try to keep my voice stable, but there's a sharpness in it that cuts through. She can tell because her expression grows concerned. Are you okay? I nod. Things sort of went south after I went back to work. I'm fine though. She smiles, but it's kind of sad. Yeah, my night went south too. I didn't notice at first, but it looks like she's been crying. Her eyes are glassy and a little puffy. Are you okay? She forces another smile. I will be. I just wanted to say thank you for tonight before I went to sleep. I hate that she's not standing in front of me right now. I don't like seeing her sad. It reminds me too much of all the times I saw her sad when we were younger. At least back then I was close enough to hug her. Maybe I still can. Would a hug make you feel better? Obviously. I'll be fine after I get some sleep though. Talk tomorrow. I have no idea what happened between our date and this phone call, but she looks completely defeated. She looks very similar to how I feel. Hugs take 2 seconds and you'll sleep so much better. I'll be back here before they even know I've left. What's your address? Stop. He's literally going all the way over to her just to give her a hug. A hug. This is why I'm single, because I have unrealistic expectations. A small grin peeks through her gloom. You're going to drive 5 miles just to give me a hug. That's what I'm saying, girl. I'd run 5 miles just to give you a hug. That makes her smile even brighter. I'll text you my address, but don't knock too loud. I just put Emmy down. See you soon. Okay. And that's chapter 13. That was so cute, but like only the last bit. The first part made me mad because I was expecting the mom to be like sympathetic, you know. I thought she was gonna be different, but it's always surprising to me that people who are bad in like movies and TV shows and books back in the day, when they grow up, you think, okay, they're gonna be better, they're gonna realize that what they did was wrong. But she is the same. Like she couldn't care less. Like even when Alice was saying like her kid's been missing for 2 weeks and all she kept saying was, I'm gonna go to jail. Like she doesn't care. It's crazy. Oh my god. Okay, chapter 14 is pretty short, so we're gonna read that really quickly as well. And it's in Lily's point of view. I've been out of the dating loop for a while, so if hug is code for something else, I have no idea. Surely a hug still just means a hug. I can barely work social media, much less keep up with slang. I swear I'm the most out of touch millennial I know. As if I skipped right I'm so nervous. I just spent 3 hours with him. Well, 1.5 if you don't count the nap I took in the middle of our date. Several dozen paces later, there's a light tap on my apartment door. I know it's Atlas, but I glance through the peephole anyway. He even looks good, all distorted through a peephole. I smile when I notice he changed too. Just his jacket, but still. He was wearing a thick black coat when we went out earlier, but now he's wearing a simple gray hoodie. Dear God, I like it so much. I open the door and Atlas leaves 0 seconds between our first moment of eye contact when his arms sweep me in for a hug. I'm blushing so hard right now, guys, over a hug. He holds me so tight, it makes me want to ask him what was so bad about the last hour, but I don't. I just quietly hug him back. I settle my cheek against his shoulder and revel in the comfort of him. Atlas didn't even step inside my apartment. We're just standing in the doorway as if a hug still just means a hug. His cologne is nice. It reminds me of summer, like he's defying the cold. He seemed so concerned about smelling like garlic earlier, but all I could smell was the same cologne. He lifts a hand to the back of my head and rested there gently. You okay? I am now. My response is muffled against him. You. He sighs, but he doesn't say he's okay. He just leaves his answer hanging in his exhale until he slowly releases me. He lifts a hand and runs his fingers down a piece of my hair. I hope you get some sleep tonight. You too, I say. I'm not going home. I'm staying at the restaurant tonight. He shakes the sentence off like he shouldn't have said anything. It's a long story, and I need to get back. I'll catch you up on everything tomorrow. I want to invite him in and make him give me all the details right now, but I feel like he'd offer them up if he were in the mood. I'm certainly not in the mood to talk about what happened with Ryle, so I'm not going to force him to talk about whatever put a damper on his night. I just wish there was a way I could make it better. I perk up when I think of something that might do the trick. Do you need more reading material? His eyes glint with a twinge of excitement. I do, actually. Wait here. I head to my bedroom and look in my box of things, searching for the next journal. When I find it, I take it back to him. This one is a little more graphic. I tease. Atlas takes the journal with one hand and then slides his other around my lower back and tucks me against him. I can't do this. I can't do this, y'all. I've been single for too long. I can't. Then quickly, he steals a peck. It's so soft and fast, it doesn't even fully register that he kissed me until it's over. I'm hot. Good night, Lily. Good night, Atlas. Neither of us move. It feels like it might hurt if we separate. Atlas pulls me even tighter against him, and then he lowers his lips to the spot near my collarbone where my tattoo is hidden under my shirt. The tattoo he doesn't even know is there. He kisses it unknowingly, and then sadly he leaves. I close the door and press my forehead against it. I feel all the familiar feelings of a crush, but this time those feelings are accompanied by worry and hesitation. Even though it's Atlas, and Atlas is one of the good ones, I blame Ryle for that. He took what little trust I had left in men, thanks to my father, and then stripped me of it. But I think this crush is a sign that Atlas might be able to give back what my father and Ryle took from me. My stomach moves with the flutters Atlas left me with to what feels like a 6-foot drop on that thought, because I know how that would make Ryle feel. The more joy I get from my interactions with Atlas, the more dread I feel about having to break the news to Ryle. And that's chapter 14. That was so cute too. Ugh, I can't. Okay, you guys. I hope that you enjoyed this book reading this time around. These chapters were really good. I feel like they were kind of quick, but they were like packed with some good stuff. So I'm satisfied. I hope that you guys enjoyed. I don't know if we're gonna be doing one next week or what we're gonna do next week. I